Of people all over the state are under boil water advisories after several counties experienced major losses in water because of water main breaks. One of the most urgent situations unfolding right now in Butts County. That entire county is under a boil water notice, and officials are asking people who live there to help them during this emergency. So far, the source of that water leak has yet to be located. Officials asking all citizens to please check around homes, neighborhoods, and roadways. And some counties have been giving water away, but demand, it is high tonight. Atlanta News First Patrick Quinn joins us live from Clayton County. Patrick.
Good evening, and we've been here for the last couple hours, and unfortunately we watch many drivers show up to this fire station hoping to get bottled water, only to be turned away. They ran out of water at roughly 8 o'clock. That really shows, like you said, the high demand right now in Clayton County. So many people still without running water. We talked with one woman tonight. She said right now things are pretty dire, pretty scary, as she was searching for bottled water. And we've really been traveling all up and down north and central Georgia today and really seeing just how widespread the water shortage issue is. Entire towns without water. This is the city of Jackson in Butts County, and you just broke down the issue a little bit. Many bars were turning their faucets, but nothing coming out today. The county tells me at least 12,000 of their residents have no water. Another 12,000 might have some. For those that do, they're urged to boil their water to avoid contaminants. Butts County officials also urging the residents who have been dripping their faucets to avoid the freezing of their pipes to stop doing that so they can conserve what they have left. Earlier, I spoke with Sam Bennett, who's been without water since this morning.
Not have any water and then not have any answers behind that, and they don't know where to search or where to go in the first place to even find it. So that's another aggravation right there.
And back here in Clayton County, they have announced tonight that they will continue to distribute bottled water tomorrow from 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. We have more information on our website, but they're doing this at four fire stations: Station 4, Station 6, Station 13, and 14 in the towns of Riverdale, Hampton, Jonesboro, and Ellenwood. That really just shows that this continued effort that so many county agencies are putting forth tonight to help those in need. So many tonight will go to sleep once again without running water. And as some residents have stressed to me, sure, it's the issue of making food and having water on hand, but maybe more of a priority is showering and just using the facility. Some are now saying that they're now looking towards hotels, friends, family members they may have to stay with in the coming days. Live tonight in Clayton County, Patrick Quinn, Atlanta News First.
You got to hope tomorrow things turn around for them, Patrick. Thank you.